After nearly a week, some residents in some St. Elizabeth communities continue to be impacted by smoke emanating from the Myersville Dump. Communities worst affected include Northampton, Southampton, Buena Vista and Long Hill. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, began work earlier this week to extinguish the flames and cover the dump with marl. According to the residents, while the fire has eased, the lingering smoke has become a serious health concern.
Yeah, smell the smoke.
So you get worse than Saturday?
Yeah, man. So you have to take some medication and I'll go up, let back half of my face appear me. They need to come and do something, man. Can't have it so long. I'm not sure, man. They have to do something. That is too long.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says Port Royal is on track to become a premier destination for both locals and visitors, backed by billions of dollars in infrastructure investment. Here is Sandy Williams.
The government is moving full speed ahead with plans to transform Port Royal into a vibrant economic and tourism hub. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was speaking at the contract signing for Segment 2 of the Harbour Walk project on Wednesday.
We have also announced, the press may not have carried this, during my budget presentations, the improvement of the roadway from the roundabout at the airport into Port Royal.
Those investments include a new cruise ship pier, an upgraded arrival and reception area, a museum and restaurant, as well as improvements to water and sewage infrastructure. In January, the Port Royal Portable Water Transmission Main Upgrade Project was officially commissioned, marking another step in the town's redevelopment.
Port Royal is slated for major development. At another time, I will say some more about the developments that are already in the works and make the linkages between them, so you will begin to see the picture of what the government is doing to create and move development, particularly infrastructure development in the area.
With an estimated investment of more than $2 billion, the developments are expected to deliver long-term economic benefits and position Port Royal as a key player in Jamaica's tourism offering. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
The leadership of the Southern Regional Health Authority has heaped praise on local medical workers for their efforts in the sector, especially after Hurricane Melissa. Details in this report.
Words of appreciation for the work of local medical personnel. The commendations come at a time when fingers are being pointed about who is to be blamed for the problems in the public health sector. Deputy Chairman of the National Health Fund, Michael Stern, says given the damage caused by Hurricane Melissa, the workers have shown resilience and commitment to work longer hours to deal with added demand at hospitals. Some workers, he says, also have to travel farther distances to work in facilities that are still functional. The official also revealed that hospitals in central Jamaica are especially under strain as sick people travel from western Jamaica to seek treatment.
Maypen is carrying a crowd, extra crowd. Mandeville carrying extras. Spalding's carrying extra because the west was hit harder, right? But they have felt it.
A commitment also to the people of St. Elizabeth that their days of traveling to Clarendon and Manchester for medical care could soon come to an end.
We have built almost complete now 2 main buildings. The 2 main wards are almost complete. And that's where we're going to get back all our patients that are now scattered between Maypen, Mandeville, Spaldings, all over the place. Those patients will be able to go back to their parish, and those personnel that are sharing time between Mandeville and other locations will go back there, and we'll start to get some semblance of an operation of normalcy in Black River.
Mr. Stern was speaking at the recent handover of medical equipment and supplies to the Maypen Hospital in Clarendon by Jamaicans and donors based in the United Kingdom. Prince Moore, TVJ News.
And it's time for a break here in the Midday News, but do stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Lasco Manufacturing is reporting higher revenue and profit for the financial year ended March 31, despite what it describes as a challenging operating environment marked by global uncertainty and the impact of Hurricane Melissa. The company posted net profit of $2.76 billion, up 7.6% from the previous financial year. Revenue increased 2.2% to $12.69 billion. Lasco says the results were achieved despite persistent global supply chain disruptions, geopolitical tensions, macroeconomic uncertainty, and operational challenges caused by Hurricane Melissa during the third quarter. Further afield, Beijing has condemned fresh U.S. tariffs imposed on China and 59 other countries over alleged forced labor concerns Friday and warned Washington against waging a trade war. The U.S. levies range from 10 to 12.5%, with China slapped with the highest rate. The new tariffs replace expiring global duty rolled out by President Donald Trump earlier this year. The Trump administration has moved swiftly to rebuild the president's tariff issues after the Supreme Court struck down a host of his duties in February, dealing a blow to his ability to unleash deep levies at will. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Anthony Atkinson.
Thank you, Antonia. Time now for the top stories from around the world.
In the region, the government of Guyana says it will continue to cover funeral and burial expenses and provide immediate assistance to families affected by the MV Bariba tragedy. Any decision on compensation to be made only after an independent commission of inquiry, COI, completes its work. Prime Minister Brigadier Mark Phillips said the government's immediate priority is supporting grieving families and completing the rescue and recovery operation. And on the international scene, residents of the French coastal town of Cap Ferret in France have been ordered to evacuate as a wildfire continues to spread. According to CNN affiliate BFM TV, the blaze has been burning for 3 days, with flare-ups reported on Thursday. President Emmanuel Macron says he has requested additional firefighting assistance through the European Union's civil protection mechanism, while Interior Minister Laurent Nunez praised firefighters for their efforts. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Aliyah Bryant.
Thank you, Aliyah. We now head to our final break. When we come back, we'll have your Midday Sports Report.